quick. I'm going to Thor, my guy I play with the Mets. Um, what was the thinking there for the Guardians there, as well as the Dodgers? I was kind of confused a little bit. Who won that trade? What do you think the thinking was at the end of the day for both parties?
Well, it's funny, Todd. We sit here, a lot of us as reporters and others, we speculate on what trades might happen and who might fit here, who might fit there. And as I've often said, we don't know what the heck is going on. And what happens ultimately makes our heads spin around. The Giolito trade to the Angels, no one saw that coming. Syndergaard for Rosario? No, that was not on anybody's bingo card either. Now, the way I see it, the Guardians certainly need innings in their rotation. They've had injuries, Bieber most prominent among them. They're pitching a number of kids. They're hoping Syndergaard is healthy and can give them at least some coverage for the rest of the season. Rosario was a guy that meant an awful lot to that team last season and before, and even this year. But they have a number of young shortstops that they want to create opportunities for, and Rosario is a potential free agent. They weren't going to re-sign him. They did discuss an extension with him in spring training, but it didn't go very far. So that is why the Guardians did what they did. Kind of an expendable piece at a time when they needed pitching, and they figured, well, might as well take a shot. And if this is all we can get for Ahmed Rosario, then let's do it. The Dodgers, it's interesting there too, because they just traded for Enrique Hernandez. Now, you're not going to play Enrique Hernandez at shortstop. We saw that happen with the Red Sox this year, and on a regular basis, just wasn't working. Maybe even on an irregular basis, it wouldn't have worked after all that he went through there. They've got Miguel Rojas, a competent defender. Rosario hits left-handed pitching, and that's something that appeals to them. They did want right-handed bats. And while his defense this year is down, I assume they feel that he can handle the position, and they'll figure it out, a rotation with him and Rojas, and they'll play Kike against left-handers too in certain other positions. They have a unique way of putting a team together, and it usually works, right? So that was their idea. And the other thing from the Dodgers' perspective, they traded a guy that probably was never going to pitch for them again to get Ahmed Rosario, who will at least play some role.
So we're talking about a team that's 4 games out. Yes, they have Shohei. Is it true? Are we hearing that the Diamondbacks may pivot and maybe not be real big buyers or sellers at the break with their half a game out of the wild card right now?
No, it's not true that they're going to pivot. And the only thing that I've written and that is probably true is they, at the start of the month, had a lead in that division. I believe it was 3 games. They don't have that lead anymore. They're chasing the Dodgers as they often have throughout the past that past decade. And at that point, do you act as aggressively? Because you're looking at the difference between a division title and a potential bye out of the first round and a wild card, which is an entry into that first 2 of 3. So you might not be quite as aggressive. Now, this is a team that, like many others this year, wants to get back to the postseason and is finally on the upswing. But you're going to hear this over and over again in the next few days. We're going to act responsibly. We're not going to do anything stupid. Okay. But I can see the logic for the Diamondbacks, because if you're not playing for the big prize, knocking down the Dodgers, getting that bye, you're playing for a wild card, it's a little bit of a different equation. And they could react to that. They're going to try. They're going to try to get better. But I don't know that they're going to be as aggressive as they might have been before.